Good morning. So this is going to be a on the fly, completely spontaneous YouTube live. As I talk, you'll understand why I'm having to do it like this without too much planning. So anyone that's been paying attention will know that I moved on to the next step of the Shake It Up campaign last week before. It's about 10 days ago now. Because Amanda Pritchard, CEO of the NHS, stepped down, and there have been rumours that Wes Streeting is looking for someone with a slightly different mentality of where the NHS is going, more focus on preventative measures. I thought, oh, this could be what we've been waiting for, because I kind of felt like we hit a brick wall massively with the Shake It Up campaign before. In case you've forgotten, that involved a petition that nearly reached 10,000 people. I had over 60 comments. When I closed the petition, those comments have also been sent to government and the NHS, because patients are very much centred in this campaign. I am one, and I've been asking for involvement from the community throughout. So I was kind of waiting for another opportunity to do another push, because we still need somewhere to report harms from non-pharmaceutical treatments, because as anyone that's been paying attention will know, very few ME/CFS clinics, whatever they're called, fatigue clinics, CFS clinics, long-term conditions unit, whatever, they are not adhering to the NICE guideline, because they don't have to. It's not mandatory. So in the absence of the NICE guideline being adhered to, we need somewhere to say, hello, I've been harmed by graded exercise therapy, whatever they're calling it. Any kind of rehab, anything that says to set goals and work towards them is graded exercise therapy under a different name, as far as I'm concerned. You can argue with that if you've got a different opinion, but that is my own personal opinion. Also, cognitive behavioural therapy, because we're encouraged to ignore our symptoms. That's how it harms us. You shouldn't ignore symptoms and try and push through. And it's not just the ME community. There are all sorts of chronic illnesses that have issues with non-pharmaceutical harms. Autism, lots of illnesses I've never heard of. People with these conditions are also being harmed. And we know this. When the NICE guideline was being worked on it was released in 2021, but it had been ongoing for nearly 4 years. During all that time, patients were saying, well, I've complained. I know that there's evidence there to show that there's harms here. But during that NICE process, it was stated that no one had ever been harmed by graded exercise therapy or cognitive behavioural therapy. That made us think about, well, hang on, I know that I've complained, so why is there not even one complaint? And thousands of people were saying that. So I know that thousands of people have been harmed by graded exercise therapy under whatever name, whether it's just your GP saying go for a walk, whether it's a physio saying, oh, can you just do 3 minutes that week and then 5 minutes that week? No. Anyway, so that's the basics. So this next step, I have sent a formal complaint to Wes Streeting, and I've literally said, this is harming patients. You need to do a review into how many people have been harmed and what you're going to do about it. And I gave them 6 weeks. The letter is included in a blog. I forgot to get the blog up, but if I can share my screen, I will try and share. I will try. Hang on, let me get that up, and then let me see, because I have got brain fog. Can I go to that one? Present. Share screen. Shake it up. I might be able to do this. I have brain fog today, but it looks like I'm managing. Okay, so this is Emmy Foggy Dog's website. Every single blog that's ever been written or YouTube clip that's ever been done for Next Steps and podcasts. I haven't done a podcast for ages because my ME's been too bad. But here is the formal complaint. So you can read it for yourself. Dear Secretary of State, blah, blah, blah. But this is what we're asking for. We request an immediate and thorough investigation into this matter, including the reasons for the continued failure to implement a reporting system for adverse events related to non-pharmaceutical treatments for ME/CFS, the number of patients who have potentially experienced harm from these treatments, the steps that will be taken to establish a robust and independent reporting system without further delay, how accountability will be ensured for those responsible for this negligence. Okay, so you've now seen the blog. That's what I've asked for. So they've got 6 weeks, and the 6 weeks takes them up to the week ending the 11th of April. So what I'm asking for now, and what this video is about, is at the bottom of that blog and on social media for the past week, I've been saying I'm trying to create a wider campaign for the community to get involved in. My ME is too bad for me to be able to do that as well as I would like to. So what I would like you to do, obviously, right, so normally when I campaign, I make it as easy as possible for people living with ME to get involved in as possible, because I know you've got very little energy. However, I cannot create new content. For the past week, for at least an hour every day, I've sat in front of Canva or looked at Pexels or Google Advanced Images and tried to find appropriate content that I can add to a document so that you can all download it and use it. I have been physically unable to do that. My brain fog has been too bad. So this is kind of a plan B. What I'm asking you to do, obviously, I'm well aware that a lot of people haven't disclosed their own health online. You haven't posted photographs of yourself online. So as far as you are comfortable, I would be very grateful if you could participate in this campaign, either by copying and pasting bits from the blog that I've just shown you that's already uploaded to the ME Foggy Dog website, or by creating your own content if you are comfortable to do so, whether that's a photograph of yourself. This is me. I was harmed by graded exercise therapy. I was harmed by CBT. Whatever illness you have, if you're watching this and don't have ME, welcome. If you've had any other illness where non-pharmaceutical treatments are recommended for you, and you have been harmed in whichever way by that, participate. I'd be really grateful. We need to show how wide-ranging this problem is, because we need the equivalent of a yellow card system, but for non-pharmaceutical harms. So whether you want to take a photograph of yourself, whether you just want to send a tweet or a Facebook post. I did start writing a social media campaign. I'm going to share it with you now. It's not finished, but it's just to show you the work that I've been doing for the past week that is not finished. I'll do that again. Hang on. Let me go back to present and share screen. That's the one I want. So this is the campaign that I've got so far. So here is a social media campaign plan to pressure the UK government to create a reporting system for harms from non-pharmaceutical treatments with a focus on the 11th of April deadline. So the campaign goal is to generate significant public awareness and pressure on the UK government to establish a formal reporting system for adverse effects from NPTs. To ensure the government addresses this issue before the 11th of April deadline, because there is a real genuine worry they're just going to send me the bog standard generic crap that they always send me. So campaign elements include hashtags, as I've put on the ticker tape at the bottom of the screen in this video. Hashtag report non-pharma, that should say, non-pharma harms, or Patient Safety UK. This is along with hashtag shake it up, so that all the campaign stuff is under one hashtag. Key messages: people experiencing harm from non-pharmaceutical treatments need a way to report it. Lack of reporting means a lack of data, and that puts people at risk. The UK government must act now to create a reporting system from non-pharmaceutical harms. We need transparency and accountability in all forms of healthcare. And the 11th of April deadline, the UK government must respond. I've created a few shareable graphics, find them here. But as I've just said, I simply haven't had the brain power to do that. So if you can find photographs either of yourself or of something that represents what you're trying to say, great, please do use them. Visuals. Also you could use the Shake It Up campaign content that I've used throughout. It's the blue square with the white writing and the red love heart on it. It's the visual that's at the top of the blog that I've just shown you. You can literally right click on that and download it if you want to. Create shareable graphics with key statistics or impactful quotes. Use visuals of people representing diverse demographics to emphasize the wide-ranging impact. A countdown I tried to create this myself, I just couldn't. A countdown graphic showing the time remaining until the 11th of April. A graphic that shows a broken medical symbol or a question mark inside of a medical symbol to visually represent the issue. Social media platforms, X or Twitter, for quick updates, engaging with politics. So tag your politician, tag Wes Streeting, tag the new CEO of the NHS. And I can't for the life of me remember their name, but it's got a J in it. I can't remember anything else apart from that. And use the hashtags that I've told you to use. Facebook, share in-depth stories, create community. I won't be creating a community group because I don't have the energy. But if you want to set up any existing community groups that want to get involved, that would be great. Please use the hashtags though, and reach a wider audience. Instagram for visual content, sharing personal stories and utilizing relevant hashtags. Campaign actions. This is the kind of stuff that you could do. Share personal stories. I've already said that, but encourage individuals who have experienced harm to share their stories anonymously if preferred. As I've said, you may not have disclosed this before. You might like to keep that stuff private. If you are comfortable and confident in doing that, please do. Contact MPs. Provide a template. I haven't been able to write that, unfortunately, because my own ME is just too bad. This video is probably going to wipe me out for the rest of the day. So provide a contact. So I do urge you to raise the issue in Parliament. Tag relevant government accounts. Consistently tag the Department of Health and Social Care and relevant ministers. I'm not doing the create online petition, so I'm going to delete that now because I've already done the petition. Organise virtual events, host online discussions. I personally won't be doing that, but if you want to, crack on. Media outreach, send press releases to national and local media outlets. If I've got any energy in the next 5 weeks that are left, I will be doing that. But if you want to, please do. And countdown posts, daily posts counting down to the 11th of April deadline, emphasising the urgency. And this is kind of the timeline. So immediate launch, that was done 10 days ago. Daily activity, I've been doing little bits, but nothing, no way near what I wanted to. Weekly focus, dedicate each week to a specific aspect of the issue. Could do that, but again, I haven't been able to organise it. Final push. Intensify activity in the days leading up to the 11th of April deadline. I may or may not have received a response by then. So this is key. Important considerations, accuracy. Ensure all information shared is accurate and evidence-based. Please do not post opinions without something to back it up, because this is going to have to be enforced by the NHS and Department of Health and Social Care. We need to show through evidence that this is needed. Sensitivity, handle personal stories with sensitivity and respect. Legal and ethical compliance, be mindful of legal and ethical guidelines regarding medical information and online campaigning. And inclusivity, ensure the campaign is inclusive and represents a diverse range of people affected. By implementing these strategies, the campaign can effectively raise awareness and put pressure on the government to take action. So there you go. As I was waffling, you will have heard I had so many plans for this. I wanted to do so much stuff, but creating a template takes my energy. Creating online content takes my energy. So please be kind. Please know that I usually do as much as I can to make it easier for you. But in this instance, I have to make it as easy to do for me. So as I said, if you want to post photographs of yourself and just put a couple of lines on Twitter, fantastic. If you're not confident enough to do that, which is absolutely fine, I know not everybody is. In fact, I think there's only about 10% of us that are. So you could use the Shake It Up image that I've already mentioned that is on the blog. Literally right click and download. But yeah, I need your help because yes, I've sent a formal complaint. Yes, we've done the petition already. The petition didn't get us anywhere. So I need now to use social media to raise the pressure. Get more eyes on this, because let's be frank, all we're asking for is accountability. and data. How on earth can the NHS recommend non-pharmaceutical treatments when they do not have any data to show that it doesn't harm? There's plenty of data to show that it does. And a doctor sitting there saying, well, you know, I don't think this harms anybody. It's only exercise. Well, where is the data to show definitively that it doesn't, would be my point. And it really, if exercise and CBT doesn't harm, why is there such resistance to collecting data on it? Anyway, I do have a meeting at 10, so I'm going to go. But thank you very much, Madeline, for your messages. I've had such lovely emails from people in our community who've said, you know, I was really disheartened when I saw the petition come to an end. Yeah, me too. I was gutted, but I could not see any way to push it forward, given the amount of emails I'd already sent, the number of people. And it was like, we know what our community is like. We're often too sick to participate in petitions. We don't know that they're happening because we can't go on the internet and see what's happening. So, and then those that are well enough to do stuff don't take an interest in the community. And that isn't a negative point. I used to be that person. When I used to be able to work full time and I thought I only had very mild, yeah, will do, Madeline. And I believed I only had very mild very mild CFS, and my GP had downplayed it so much. And I thought, this is no big deal, like whatever. I didn't know that moderate existed. I didn't know that severe and very severe ME existed. There are now 250,000 people exactly like I was back then. So I know why people don't get involved, and it's not a negative. It's, you know, if you do not know this is happening, then, you know, why would you get involved? Anyway, so that's part of the plan to say, come on, let's raise awareness of this. People with mild ME are at risk of getting worse. You need to take this seriously. If you've been told by your GP to just increase your exercise, you know, you're not going to harm yourself by yes, you are. Anyway, I'm going now. So thank you very much for tuning in. Please do get involved. Like I say, if you use those hashtags, I'll be able to see who's getting involved. And I'm hoping to see quite a few tweets, Facebook posts, Insta. TikTok might be a thing. I didn't include it on that thingy, but there are a heck of a lot of people with ME on TikTok now. So if you want to do, if you're confident enough to do a short video on TikTok, that would be amazing. Using the hashtag. Let's put as much pressure on the people that make these decisions as possible. Lots of love to each and every one of you, carers, family, loved ones. Let's do this.